What is going on, everybody? We are back with another wrestling review. This is CCW, and I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
And we are talking about October 16th, AEW Dynamite / Half a Collision.
Yes. Hey, I'll take all the 1 hour collisions you can give me.
What you talk about, Collision was the highlight of the night. I don't know what the hell else the rest of the show was.
I wasn't a big fan of much of the show.
No, I didn't mind most of it, except for Taz was off tonight for some reason, and we got
And
stuck
boy,
with Shivani.
can you feel that he was off?
Yeah, you can. They were in Kansas City, though. Much better venue than Daly's place.
Yeah, nobody broke their fucking leg.
We start off backstage. Tony and Chris are being interviewed by Renee. Tony is lost. Chris is evolving, and then after the interview, they decide to meet in the ring. They go to the ring and get into a brawl, and then they both try to convince each other to hit each other with the Women's World Championship. Tony's the last to refuse, and then kisses Chris's forehead, and then walks off. I said, "LMAO, I'm joyfully confused."
I liked the segment. I like what they had to say. Well, I liked what Tony had to say. I hated what Stat had to say. Aside from the fact where she was like, "I'm evolving. I'm not even the same person you faced last time." I like that part. I hate all this stupid "I'm from the cosmos" bullshit. I'm just tired of that. Act like a fucking person.
Listen, we're watching a show where someone pretends to be a dinosaur. Okay, I need you to put
Yes, because that's gonna persuade me.
put your anti-cosmos behind you. We got a dinosaur. We've got an outcast. We've got a team of Rough Riders. I'm kidding.
We've got a chicken farmer.
We've got a chicken. He's actually a chicken farmer, though.
I know, but at least that's for real.
His karate's not, though.
She's not actually from the Andromeda system.
She could be. She could be. We don't know. You see a Men in Black. Sometimes it's your teacher. Sometimes it's the person in the ring with you. You never know. No, actually, Chris drives me crazy. Not because of any of that at all. Like, I hardly, like, I didn't even catch that she ever said anything about the cosmos at all tonight.
It's because you're used to it.
You should be by now. It's been
I've
6
been
years.
fighting it for several years.
Anyways, after that, backstage, Jack Perry says he doesn't hate the Bucks. He actually loves them and is thankful for them, but they weren't there when he needed them, so he had to reach back to his past for someone that would. And then Luchasaurus showed up and growled.
Yeah, you'd think if your father was an actor, you'd have a little bit better acting chops. It wasn't terrible by Jack, but
Listen, this was probably one of his better promos. I had no problems with it.
yeah, but there was a reason why he never did promos before this.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it wasn't bad. He was just like, hey,
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I'm going to fight
It
you.
wasn't setting the world on fire either.
And then we get my match of the night. No, it really wasn't my match of the night, but it was a pretty good match in my opinion.
I liked this match, yes.
Goa versus the Hurt Syndicate. They had this amazing spot where Bishop contacted Toa Leona in, and as soon as Toa stepped in the ring, he got clotheslined right the fuck back over.
Yeah, by Lashley. It was beautiful. Perfectly timed.
Goa ends up winning after Ricochet interferes while the ref is distracted and knocks out Shelton Benjamin. I don't know what he hit him with. Was it
Who hit what with?
what Ricochet hit Benjamin with? Was it just his finishing move?
Yeah, so Ricochet snuck up on MVP, stole his cane, threw his cane in the ring
he
to
had his
distract
cane.
the ref, then hit his spirit gun
Oh.
on Shelton for Goa to get the win.
Okay, I was wondering why he stayed there and laid there for the entire time because I was like, all he did was clothesline him. That's what I thought he did. It didn't look like his finishing move to me.
Well, it's because the camera work was terrible. They were doing this weird. They did this weird cut.
And then they zoomed in close enough for you to see Shelton Benjamin yelling at the ref for something. I don't know what it was while he was getting pinned, but he was yelling at the ref. Fun times. I also wanted to take a moment though to talk about how crazy insane Shelton Benjamin is. Um,
Oh, dude, did you see that knee lift he got on? Ricochet tried to do the little distraction spot, and he did that freaking knee lift to Ricochet, who was on the apron.
right.
Oh, it was great.
Um, I've come to this conclusion that Shelton Benjamin might arguably be the best athletically gifted wrestler of all time.
Especially for his size, because he's not a small man.
No, I'm obviously saying I don't think he's the best wrestler of all time, but just athletically gifted wrestler. Like the dude is insane, and it actually makes me hate that he was in WWE for as long as he was, even more watching what he does today. I mean, don't get me wrong.
He's really good.
He had some great moments in WWE too. There was a reason he was my favorite of the world's greatest tag team.
Well, Charlie Haas is the other one. That's not a
Charlie Haas was fine too, though. He was just more of a Angle clone, really. He tried to do all the things that Angle did.
Yeah, Shelton's great.
But nah, Shelton's amazing. I actually hope he wins the world title before Lashley does.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Then we get the longest, most unnecessary earlier today segment that bleeds over later into the show of all time. In the dumbest of ways. I listen. I am excited for this match. Joe's not, but I am.
Not at all.
But this was dumb. They did this stupid, like they've been advertising all day. Later tonight, Mox and Darby come face to face, and then they're like, "So yeah, earlier today they were in this room that was separated by glass, kind of like a correctional facility, and they were talking to each other. So this is their face to face meeting that was supposed to come later, but it was earlier today." And then they're like, Mox is like, "Darby, I know you're never gonna quit. But I'm also not going to quit." And Darby's like, "Hey, you betrayed Bryan Danielson." And Mox was like, "This is a war for the future. And you don't know what sacrifice is." And Darby's like, "Yeah, but on top of that mountain, I showed this flag, and now I'm going to drape it over or choke you out with it and then hang it up at my house to remind me of you." And then Mox is like, "At Wrestle Dream, you're not facing me. You're facing the ghosts of yourself." And Mox says it's not about him, and then Pac shows up out of fucking nowhere and attacks Darby from behind. And I'm like, what are we doing?
I'm sick of the Death Riders, dude.
What are we doing?
Just so sick of them. I'm sick of them. They've had their comeuppance numerous times, yet they still are a thing. I don't. Where does this go? Like literally, where does it go?
I have no clue. But
it should have ended a long time ago. But then you've got like 6-7 people. You have nothing. You have nothing for after that. Maybe that should be for a reason.
My problem isn't the Death Riders as a whole. My problem is stupid ass segments like this that aren't necessary. And
I'm tired of all the cheating and bullshit. And they're acting like they're trying to elevate people, but they're actively holding people down by not allowing them to beat their fucking little stooges. Like, you can't say you're out for the betterment of people if you keep allowing your little stooges to win by nefarious reasons.
Well, cheating is a heel thing, as we know with the Don Callis family as well.
But in their heads, they're supposed to be the baby faces.
No, I don't think they think they're the baby faces. I think they're just doing wrong because they feel like it needs to be done.
It's tiresome, though.
It is. But they're going to be here for a while. But this specific segment was just dumb. This is some almost NXT level stupid shit.
This is one person having too much creative control.
I don't know. I don't. I don't say creative control. Creative input.
Well, yeah, okay, yes, because technically nobody has creative control. You're gonna make me go through the Mercedes Monet thing.
um, but who knows who even had the input for this? Because like
I, it's those two.
I
It's
just
got to be.
I don't I
I think
again
they're working themselves and not the actual crowd, and it's
yeah. So after this, the Death Riders, I about said the Darbies. The Death Riders showed up to the arena because we needed to know that they were here. And then we actually get another solid match. Claudio Castagnoli versus Roderick Strong. I love that the match before it even starts, Roderick starts off by throwing his shirt in Claudio's face.
yeah, it was fine. Roddy didn't get enough offense for me. It was almost a glorified squash.
You guys, I have learned that if it's a wrestler you like, they should get more offense. But if it's a wrestler you
No,
don't like, they get too much offense.
Here, hold on. Let me explain. In the world of especially this promotion, where everything is a 50-50 booked match, except for the 2 squash matches they have on Collision every week, Roddy didn't get a whole lot in here.
Yeah.
It was fine though.
But something does happen. So, real quick, Roddy goes for a knee. Claudio catches him midair, tosses him up, hits him with the European uppercut, gets the win. It is the first time in a long time that there was no post-match beatdown of whoever a Death Rider was facing.
Nobody came out with Claudio.
No one
Excalibur
came out.
even called it on commentary.
Nobody came out during the match to watch like later on in the night. And Claudio didn't, after the match, proceed to beat him down on his own.
Which is crazy because usually they protect the people that they beat down, but Roddy got no protection. Just beat like a clean as a sheet.
But I'm wondering if this isn't because Roddy doesn't fit the mold of their idea of a good wrestler.
Who, the Death Riders?
Yes. Because you look at the people they usually beat down.
Maybe it was Marina didn't. Well, since he's married to Marina Shafir, maybe that's why they respect him because he's married to Marina.
I doubt that.
I do too, but they should have explained. They should have explained something though.
Right. But then we get earlier this week. I had saw this on Twitter, by the way. I think it was like a day or two ago. This actual segment. They were showing the Don Callis family celebrating his birthday with the family.
Yeah, because it was on the 13th.
With the family, not his family. Technically, I guess he thinks it's his family.
Even a Trent Beretta sighting. There was a Trent Beretta sighting in that thing.
Yeah. Takeshita sent a video, and while thanking him through the video for everything that the Don Callis family has done, because this is before he won the IWGP title. Okada turned the TV off and said he pushed the wrong button, which made me laugh.
Yeah, it made me laugh too.
I actually watched. So somebody on Twitter has green screened the TV segment so that other people can put stuff on TV and have Okada turn it off. And somebody had already used it for the part where John Cena had just won his match and then Brock Lesnar's music hit and Okada turns the TV off. I was like, that's fantastic.
Right.
So yeah, good times. Congrats, by the way, to Takeshita for going on to win the IWGP Championship.
Agreed.
So that they can implode on Saturday and have a title versus title match.
Ooh. Who wins? Tak, right? You think?
You got to give it to Tak, dude, because I don't think New Japan would want Okada to have the championship.
I don't know. He was their champ when they were their most profitable.
Yeah. But I also don't see Tak losing it this quick after getting it.
I agree, but funnier things have happened.
That's true. That's true. Then we got our third match, which Was a decent match for a trios match. It's the Don Callis family, whatever.
The Don Callis familia.
Hechicero, Mark Davis, and Josh Alexander versus Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. I love that every time Kenny Omega goes out of the ring, Callis runs. That is a new thing. That is fantastic. He wasn't even.
He's gonna get his hands on him eventually.
He wasn't even close to Callis this time, and Callis still just took off.
No, Callis is super worried though.
It had a fun end to the match though. Jack Perry took a lariat to save Kenny by pushing Kenny out of the way. At some point, Kenny does. A short time later, Kenny tags Jack in, and then Luchasaurus and him hit the Doomsday Device for the win. Post match, Bucks try to jump to Jurassic Express. Kenny stops them. Luchasaurus takes them out, and then and then the Don Callis family tried to attack. They all work together to take out the Don Callis family, and then Jack Perry does one hell of a springboard moonsault to take them all down, as they all exit stage left.
Yeah, it's fine.
This was just setting up the match for. It was setting up for. I still don't. I've jumped back and forth on who I think is actually going to win between Jurassic Express and
the Buckaroos.
The Bucks. I still don't know. That's actually the hardest match for me to pick out of all of them because, like,
I mean, it's got to be.
You'd think Jurassic's going to win because it's the Jurassic Express. It's their first like real big match back together, but then it's like, but it's the Bucks.
Plus, you want to keep the Bucks broke, right?
Or their new story could be getting money and then losing it, like, because they're just not good with it. I don't know. It's when are we doing predictions? Are we doing that after this? Yes, at the end of this.
Nice.
Okay. This is it. In my worst match of the night, we get Sky Blue versus Jamie Hayter. Dude, it's Jamie Hayter. It is Jamie Hayter. There is something about her that I just do not like in the ring right now. And honestly, this one, it was the combination of the two of them at a lot of times. And it's a problem I have now put my finger on and what bothers me about majority of the AEW women's division.
This ought to be good.
Because unless it's Monet, Tony, or Athena, or Chris is actually pretty good. Willow's pretty good. Willow and Chris are kind of like that under higher card area for me.
Upper mid card.
Right. Can't judge Tekla because she hasn't even been in a one-on-one match in like 6 months. And
her promo segment after this was pretty good, though.
It was. We'll get there. My problem is, don't get me wrong, this happens in wrestling for a lot of people, a lot of times. But I feel like it's so noticeable in the women. But it's the little things, right? Like somebody ducking before the other person even goes for the clothesline.
Yeah.
Where it just feels so very obviously choreographed. And I'm not even talking about luchador levels of choreographed. I'm just talking about not doing the small things right and like not making it look like you're actually fighting your opponent. The men don't have a problem. Most of the men don't have a problem with this, but the women's division, specifically in AEW right now, is really struggling with this.
Yeah.
And it's driving me crazy. And
well, if you think about it, all those chicks underneath on the undercard, like you're talking about, aside from Hayter, who's not green, the other ones haven't been doing this very long.
No. And that's where I'm usually a little more lenient because I'm like, they're still learning, they're going to get better, they just need more reps, and I get that. But when it's Hayter that's ducking a clothesline before the clothesline is even attempted.
Well, I think Hayter's used to working at a faster pace than some of them girls.
You're still the veteran.
I know. You should lead the match. I don't disagree.
But to pile on top of that, I still have not seen Hayter have a good match.
They exist, I promise.
They haven't since she's come back from injury.
She was the bee's knees, man, before she went and got hurt.
And I don't know if she's just afraid to be herself or afraid to go all out or what. I'm hoping we get a good match between her and Tekla. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Or is she just fucking up because her friends abandoned her?
No more Brit and Rebel.
I didn't even remember Rebel was a part of all that. I just knew it was Brit. So no, this match sucked. I didn't like any of it.
I like Sky Blue.
I like Sky Blue.
She didn't have a lot to go on here. It was a tad boring. It was fine. It didn't do much. Hayter got the win over Tekla, one of Tekla's underlings.
And the stupid shit where Hayter, like, fucking, dude. I'm on the Hayter train today, boy. Let me tell you.
Yeah, boy, aren't you?
The stupid kissing her arm because she's strong thing is fucking stupid.
Especially because her move's a clothesline.
Especially when she goes all bushwhacker with it. It's dumb.
Your disdain for this lady is humorous. I can understand why you laugh at me when I get so upset.
Well, dude, when I tell you I've never seen a good match from Hayter, I got to see her last couple matches before she got injured, and I still thought she sucked. And everybody was like, "Oh man, I love Hayter. Hayter's great." What?
Who'd she wrestle? Was that when she was wrestling like Saraya and stuff?
I don't remember the match, but the Saraya one was Saraya's fault because she was coming back from being whatever. But she had a couple matches before that, and it's just everybody was like praising her as like the coming of the next fucking major women's wrestler, and I'm just like,
her and Toni Storm had some good matches.
Maybe
because she's who beat Toni when Toni was the champion the first time.
I have never been a Jamie Hayter fan. I have been a hater. And I will continue to be a hater until she
proves you wrong.
Something to prove me wrong on. And don't get me wrong, guys, people can prove me wrong. I'm an LA Knight fan now. But
yeah.
Jamie hasn't done it. And she talked today, and oh my god. Or no, she wasn't the one that talked today. Who was it that talked today? Oh no, that was no, not Tekla. The other one. Bane should never open her mouth, but we'll get there.
Well, that's why she has a heater in Penelope.
Yeah, no, I hate again, and her clothesline sucks. I've seen 15 other people. I've seen 15 other people who have it as a finisher that looks way better. Her clothesline absolutely fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'm not big on clotheslines being people's finisher.
Unless you're Bradshaw.
Yep.
Bradshaw laid into that shit.
Bradshaw always he's got the best clothesline. I even hate Okada's clothesline.
I'm not a fan of Okada's either. I don't hate it as much as Hayter's. It's the same move. But it looks so weak. And she's like kissing her arms like, look how strong I am. No.
Say it's a work, dude. The person's laying down for it. But yeah, I agree. It's not visually stellar.
Post match, Tekla cuts the fucking promo of her goddamn life. Then it got ruined by nothing happening. So
yep.
Tekla is like, I was kicked out of Japan. I've been around the world and I'm not impressed. And she says some other things. And at the end of it, she's like, so here's what I want you to do. Impress me. And then the camera cuts off. And I'm like, oh, is she going to be behind her? No, nothing. Yeah. No, it was over.
It was a production thing. It lingered too long on her. It should have cut or faded a lot sooner than it did.
So yeah, great.
It looked weird.
Great promo. Terrible after promo because then we had to hear Hayter's whack ass music. Her music sucks too. We had to hear her whack ass music one more time.
boy on the Hayter train.
Backstage, somebody better than Hayter finally came on screen. Monet.
Ultimo Monet, get it right.
No, it's Alta Monet. Get it right. I got that off of Twitter, by the way. Actually, I got that off the TV screen. Somebody said that in one of the tweets. I guess I technically got it from Twitter.
Well, she called herself that.
Well, Alta Monet.
Yeah, in the promo.
I didn't hear it. Yeah. But yeah, she's tied Ultimo Dragon's record for winning titles across the world, or wherever. World technically, because a couple of them are from the UK. But
yeah, she won these belts are meaningless.
So were Ultimos. So were most of Kenny's. It's okay. Belts technically are meaningless.
Kenny's weren't meaningless. They were TNA's.
Meaningless. Keep going.
TNA's not meaningless. TNA. Fuck, now I don't remember where they all were. Obviously, the AEW one, the TNA one, and he had one more, right?
He did.
Was it? Oh, it was the AAA one, right? That's when they were still with AAA, partnering with them.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
But the more important one of all the things, Friday, she breaks Jade Cargill's record for being the longest reigning TBS champion.
I'm sure Tony's going to be happy to see that record go away.
Right? And then match 5. AEW World Trios Championship, the Ops versus LFI. And I had so many high hopes that LFI was going to pull off a win here. And then they were...
No, they used them as enhancement talent to make Joe look good.
And then they took it all away from me. And tried to set up a possible future thing between Adam Page and Roosh. Which would be a great match, by the way.
Yeah, I don't want to see that as a pay-per-view match because they haven't built Roosh up to that level, but I will watch a Dynamite match with them beating the hell out of each other.
Absolutely. But we got Adam Page on commentary. Was this the match where... No, okay, this wasn't the match. There's one part somewhere during all of this where I actually wrote down a funny exchange between commentators. That was great. But this was not it. So they're starting to kind of play like Joe is going to end up costing the Ops at some point their titles.
He's big into himself. You notice they didn't come out to their music. They came out to Joe's music.
Correct.
Joe's feeling himself a little too much, and I think it's going to eventually cost them, yes. I would have loved for it to have cost them here.
Me too.
But at the same time, then I was like, oh no, that means I'd have to see Sammy Guevara more often, so maybe not. Maybe not this specific trio.
No, I want it to be them three. I've been wanting LFI to win it. Regardless if Sammy's on TV or not, because guess what? He's not going anywhere. The motherfucker can cuss probably still, but he's still in there kicking people. But over and above all, I thought the match was pretty decent.
It was fine. It didn't do anything for LFI though.
No, it didn't. But Jalisco jumps off the top rope. Joe catches him, puts him in the Kakita clutch, ends the match.
Yeah, puts his ass to sleep.
Post-match, even though he was tapping and they never called for the bell, you can clearly see the man tapping on the fucking mat. And the ref...
I wonder if Joe was like, just play dead.
And the ref wasn't calling for the bell. And then finally he just fucking went limp. And I was like, well, I guess that's one way to do it.
All I saw was Mortos in the background. Like, should I roll in? Should I not roll in?
Post-match, LFI jumped the Ops. Rush spit towards Page. Roosh. I don't know why I said Rush.
Yep.
Roosh spit towards Page. Page went in, took out LFI. Joe grabbed the world title and then shoved it in Page's chest like Page did him a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And, yeah, there's that.
And that was essentially the Dynamite portion of the night.
And that was Dynamite. Match 6, which was the collision part where it picked up. Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. So this match...
I hated this match.
Oh, this was the one I think that had the thing, though. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it is. So
Which thing?
So Orange Cassidy at one point did Garcia's old dance, which made me laugh.
Oh yeah,
He pretended
he
he
did
was
the low energy version.
he pretended he was gonna do the hands in pockets
Hands
thing,
in the pocket.
and then he stopped midway and started doing the dance, and Garcia got pissed about it. It was great.
Yep.
But there's this part where Bryan Danielson, because Tony Schiavone says, everyone changed their look, and Bryan goes, even Pac is wearing clothes, which is absurd. And I popped because this dude Bryan Danielson's so good for that commentary team. Schiavone's not though. But the good news is Schiavone gave him something to feed off of, which made me laugh. So
get well soon, Taz. He had shoulder reconstruction surgery.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yep.
Dude, it was his knees, now his shoulders. Is he trying to wrestle?
No, he's probably just trying to not hurt.
Death Riders ended up winning due to interference after Garcia tapped out. But the ref was distracted.
Yeah, Marina Shafir distracted the referee while Kyle had Danny in a guillotine.
So,
and then they just beat the dog piss out of Orange and Kyle.
So post-match, they start to get beat down. Because, all of Death Riders are out there. Ishii and Roderick Strong come out. Numbers game's too much for them, though. It's the first time I've ever seen Ishii taken out super easily. Usually he puts up some sort of fight. And then Mox grabs a mic, and I'm like, well, here we fucking go. And I was right, except it was not what I thought. Darby's music hits, and he stumbles out. Like, whatever happened earlier today at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon was like 15 minutes ago. And he ends up getting cut off one by each of the Death Riders trying to get to the ring. And he gets laid out and then crawls forward. And then the Death Riders, whichever Death Rider cut him off, just stands there and stares at him like he's crazy. And it happens for every single Death Rider. Even Shafir. He gets into the ring. And he reaches in his pocket, pulls out the flag that he was talking about that he showed up on the mountain. Laid it down.
Yeah, the AEW flag.
Yeah, laid it down in the middle of the ring, snatched the mic from Moxley. And he said, it's never too late to say I quit, John. And Mox ended up picking him up and paradigm shifting him onto the flag and then left. And this was the second part that I alluded to earlier that I thought was really fucking stupid. I don't find it stupid that Darby came out. I expected it. I find it stupid that he's acting like he just got his ass beat. Like that didn't happen 6 hours ago.
Yeah,
That's where my problem with this is.
I am not excited for this match at all.
Oh, they're going to beat the hell out of each other. There's going to be gallons of blood spilled.
It's just going to be needless violence.
I mean,
and for some, that's fine. This will not be for me.
I wouldn't say needless. Needled.
What they will do will be needless.
Someone's going to catch some skewers in the face.
Let's just hope everybody leaves the building under their own power.
Joe does not like ultra-violent matches anymore. He's pussified since we were teens, which is fine. I have not. My bloodlust has grown.
Yeah, for a roster that already has so many people hurt, I don't need or want to see any more of these people hurt.
Nah. Not my concern. So, then we get the best women's match that has happened in like 3 months. That's an exaggeration. It is the best.
That is a huge exaggeration.
It is the best women's match that's happened on a TV show in like 3 to 4 weeks, though. Megan Payne and Harley, I thoroughly enjoyed their match.
I agree. It was mostly Megan Payne beating the piss out of her, but
it was. There were a couple really good hope spots where Harley kind of pulls some shit out of nowhere. Oh, actually, before we even get into that, so before the match even starts, FTR comes out with Bane. Stoke has a mic, and I'm like, here we fucking go. They end up giving the mic to Bane, who should never be given a mic ever again. She comes off in the way she talks like Timu Charlotte. And basically, all she had to say was Willow gave her all and couldn't beat Bane and will continue to bow down to Bane. Stokely pretty much only said that he hated Jet Speed, and then Dax said that Jet Speed stands across from God this weekend.
Yep.
And at that point,
must be a pre-show match.
It is. At that point, Jet Speed, Harley, and Willow pop up on the screen, talk some shit. Cameron says FTR stands for Feel the Wrath, and I laughed.
And Willow's like,
Wrath starts with a W.
Yep.
Dude, Harley Cameron is amazing, and I actually think she does Chelsea Green better than Chelsea does.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I think she's
Chelsea doesn't have a lot to work with in WWE. They're not really.
That's all I have to compare it to. So as far as from what I've seen,
you didn't see a lot of indie Chelsea or TNA Chelsea.
You're right, and I don't need to. From what I've seen in the WWE, she does Chelsea Green better than Chelsea Green does.
It's a different kind of gimmick, though.
It's a comedy-focused gimmick.
Yeah. I mean, everybody can be a ventriloquist.
Yeah, but Harley can be funny. And Chelsea Green hasn't really been funny in a very long time in the WWE. A very long time.
WWE, unfortunately, is heavily scripted promos.
I know. You're trying to give Wells and Butts, but I don't care because she's just not funny right now. I need her to be funny. Now, faces end up jumping the heels from behind. They kick everybody out. They pretty much say that the match is going to start like we didn't already know that was what was happening anyways.
Right.
And then, like Joe said earlier, it was pretty much a squash match. Megan won with her running Liger bomb.
Yeah, which looked really good.
It did. Backstage, Kingston and Hook basically threw up that they're going to have an open challenge at the tailgate.
And then everybody behind them said, "Who gives a shit?"
It's going to be Bill and Keith.
Oh, fuck. Probably. Because who else would it be? It's going to be the Swirl.
It's going to be the Acclaimed.
I don't think so. I think it'd be somebody like the fucking Swirl or something stupid.
So backstage, speaking of which, Max and Bowens don't want to wrestle together ever again. They both even beg Tony through the camera to never put them together again.
Yep.
And then they both went to go leave, and the interviewer called them to kill. She goes, "And that's the Acclaimed, folks." And they both came back and were like, "We're not the Acclaimed." They're absolutely going to end up back together before this is all over.
Good.
They're better that way.
Good. I agree.
And honestly, we ended with a pretty decent match. Kyle Fletcher, it was pretty quick. It had to be because it was only like 8 minutes.
Yeah, my DVR cut it off, so I don't even know who wins, but I assume the right people won.
Kyle Fletcher, Rocky Romero, and Lance Archer versus Jay Briscoe and Brodito. And actually, the faces end up winning.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Brody and I knew they were going to win. Rocky Romero's in this match. So,
did he eat the pin?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what he's there for.
Brody and Bandito did their not the cool finishing move, but the one where Brody gets him in like a tombstone pile driver, and then Bandito kicks him in the head as he falls down.
Oh, okay. Not the little flipping 450.
Yeah, no. Not the cool one. So they win.
The monkey flip 450.
They win, and what caused it was also the fact that Fletcher and Jay ended up fighting off to the back in their own little dust cloud.
Oh. Man, those dust clouds be kicking up out of nowhere.
Yeah, they do. And then post-match, El Clone comes out as a distraction, and Okada takes out Brodito from behind on his own. He clotheslined both of them in the back of the neck and then hit, I believe it was, I don't remember exactly who, but I think it was Bandito with the Rainmaker. So.
Oh yeah, and then he held up both titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
I'm also looking forward to that match. I think that's going to be a hell of a tag match.
It should, given the participants.
And that is the show. Like I said, I didn't think it was terrible. It was better than last week's.
No, but it just seems like they're meandering.
That's because Tony's got other work to do.
Yeah.
We are almost 1 year away from Mox attempting to murder Bryan Danielson.
I miss Bryan Danielson. Well, I miss him wrestling. I see him every week now.
Unfortunately, we see him more than Taz, which I hope Taz gets to feeling better soon.
Right.
Please.
Tony, please hire more announcers so we don't have to hear Tony Schiavone.
Something. Do something. Bring Jericho in. Something.
No. Let's not get too rash there.
That's what I mentioned that last week, and you didn't seem too against it. Jericho being an announcer or a commentator.
Jericho's all but gone.
Yeah. I wonder how much. I think he's got like a year left on his contract, don't he?
No, the rumors is he's going to be in the Rumble this coming Rumble. Gonna go get that Saudi money. But good for him. Go get your last hurrah, and then please go away.
I guess. Yeah, I guess it is 2020 into 2025. Oh man, I don't really want him to show up in WWE either. I don't want him there. I don't want him on TV. I'm still Jericho'd out.
Well, his presentation and shit will be completely different in WWE.
I wonder if they'll let him keep his long hair.
Why wouldn't they let him keep his long hair?
He had short hair last time he was there.
Yeah, but he'll be fine.
All right, now for the best part of this whole show, guys.
Predictions.
Predictathon. There are only 8 matches. Is that what I said earlier?
I believe so.
I've already got all my.
Because we weren't doing the pre-show stuff.
I've already got my 8 filled in before. Let me think. Okay, I'll stick with what I have. All right. Match 1.
All right.
Who wins?
Match 1.
Who wins the I Quit match? Darby Allin or Jon Moxley?
It's got to be Mox, right? I mean, he's got a bazillion fucking people to help him. Honestly, can I pick no winner?
So, I picked Darby.
Yeah, I'll stick with Mox, but I see Mox is more likely to quit than Darby will be.
And here's the thing. I can see something similar to the Rock Mankind thing happening. But the difference is going to be, it's going to be the Death Riders forcing the audio people in the truck in the back.
I'm good with that.
To do it. because they've still got to cheat to win, right?
Sure.
And that's a way they could do it. Now, with that being said, I still think Darby's going to win. But if he loses, that's going to be the only way they're going to be able to have him lose, because he's never going to quit. He'll die before he quits.
Well, we can't have Moida on a pay-per-view, so...
Right. AEW World Championship match. Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe. I feel like it's very obviously going to be Adam Page.
Yeah, they're not taking the belt off Page yet.
That just feels like a no-brainer. Just like with the AEW Women's World Championship match, I'm pretty sure Chris is going to keep it.
Okay, is that the next one?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Stat's not losing yet.
All right, now for the hardest match of the entire show. Jurassic Express versus the Bucks. I actually picked Jurassic Express, but this is one I could absolutely see going either way.
So,
do you go with the feel-good story, or do you go with the we finally have some temporary money, but we're going to end up losing a story?
So what part does Kenny play in this is the question, right? Does Kenny accidentally hose the dinosaur in Jack, or what? Or does he come out and even the sides because the Bucks try to cheat?
Or does he even show up at all?
Or that.
The problem is, if he does show up, who does he side with? Because do you want him to be a heel or a face? Because I feel like...
Well, he has to be babyface because of the Don Callis people.
Right. So I don't feel like they're ever going to, or at least anytime soon, I don't feel like they're going to push the Bucks face.
I don't know what the Bucks are right now. They're kind of like tweeners. They're like heel adjacent. They're like not like... And I don't know if it's because they've been doing some comedy stuff that... I don't know. They're heels, but they don't feel like full-fledged heels.
Right.
And it's probably because of all the down on their luck bullshit and the comedy stuff. But I think you don't make this big deal of Jurassic Express getting back together and then have them lose their first match.
Their first big match. Because they've already had one match.
Yeah, but that was a squash match. They literally faced nobodies. One of the people didn't even get in the ring, if I recall right.
Yeah. AEW TNT Championship match, Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe.
Now, this is where things get interesting. I still think that Kyle wins.
All right.
But I could see a world where Briscoe finally gets his due. But I think the Don Callis people are going to be too much, and they're going to make sure that Kyle wins.
I do think Mark Briscoe is eventually going to get his due. I just don't think it's
agreed. I fully agree. Even though I don't want to see him with that title.
It's got to be one of the two. All right. This is another tough one. You ready?
Sure.
AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Brodito versus Okada and Takeshita. So here's where I struggled. This is literally what it broke down to me. Before, I said, if you remember, I had mentioned you throw two people together that don't like each other, they almost always win a title together. Almost always. However,
right. These guys hate each other.
I also feel like this is a good time for them to implode since they're both singles champs to set up that title versus title match. And I don't know how I just don't know how long you drag out a tag title thing with the two if they do win it. Or do you, unless you think that they could be waiting to save that for like the summer next year, but it would be stupid to wait that long.
That is a long time.
So, what's their next pay-per-view? Hold on. What is AEW's 2025 PPV lineup? So Full Gear.
End of the year show. Full Gear.
Full Gear's November 22nd, and then World's End is December 27th.
Do you wait till World's End to have them fight? That gives you like 2 months of some story, and it frees up Brodito from being a tag team. Here's the thing, like if Brodito doesn't lose the titles now, who do they lose to?
So here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you right now. I actually think Brodito's going to win. That's who I picked.
I agree.
I think they're going to.
I'm just struggling. Like who comes next? Goa.
You're gonna hate this. I think they lose to Jet Speed.
Yeah, I do hate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. But I think they do.
Face versus face match.
Yeah.
And not that it's a face versus face, but just like.
Listen, I will get behind Goa if the two of them can pick Brody King's ass up for that stupid ass finisher.
Oh, sure they could.
I'm sure they could too. I hope.
They're big strong boys.
I hope they can. Fuck them.
I think Goa is going to win the titles.
I actually don't mind Goa. It's just their finisher. I fucking hate it. With a passion.
It's a double razor's edge, man.
No, the fuck it's not. It's a double flapjack at most. Fuck that move.
It's a double spine buster.
It's a double spine buster without the buster.
It's a double sky high.
Listen, just because that's how high they are up in the air does not mean anything.
It's lackluster. I get you, but I think Goa is going to win the belts.
They politely lay people down with that move as much as that table politely let fucking what's his face get Razor's Edge through.
Aleister Black. Oh no, it was Priest, wasn't it?
I think Priest did it to Black.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick Brodito because, like I said, I think Goa's got next, and because Goa's now beat the Hurt Syndicate twice in a row.
Oh, they got one more match together. Oh fuck, we're not there yet. Jamie Hayter and Tekla. I got Tekla.
Tekla needs to win, to be honest with you. Plus, she has the numbers.
Plus, I need Hayter off my TV.
You're not gonna get that. You're gonna get her for every fucking collision.
Shh. Listen.
That music. Dun 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 dun.
She should have.
Dun 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 dun.
She should have stuck to being the brunette with the skunk stripe. I don't know what the fuck this redhead shit is.
Farrah Fawcett hair.
Timu Becky Lynch. The last match we're going to talk about. Tornado Trios tag match. The Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand. I've actually got the Hurt Syndicate.
I think the Hurt Syndicate needs to get their wins back, so I agree. I think they've done enough putting this team over, although I wouldn't be surprised either way.
I wouldn't either, and I think if Goa wins, it's going to be because they pin
MVP
again. I just don't want this to turn into like the rest of the Syndicate turning on MVP because I think they really are good together.
Oh, I don't think they will.
I don't know. The Vision, man.
Damn, dude. Well, how many matches are left?
That was it.
That was it. So we have one difference.
We have, one difference again. It's going to come down to the match you don't like.
I know, and it'll be my downfall.
Oh.
Yep, it'll be my downfall probably.
Listen,
it's going to be one of my downfalls anyways.
If they really want to swerve everybody, it'll never leave the ring. There'll be no blood.
What? It's an actual wrestling match. They just do gotcha style catch wrestling, and do you know how disappointed the sickos would be?
I'd be pissed.
I would be so happy and just be laughing.
I
would probably still hate it, but
I specifically watch AEW pay-per-views for that one match a show that is meant for me.
Yeah. I don't think there's a single match on this card meant for me. Paige, Joe, maybe.
Paige and Joe. They're going to put on a good match. I think Chris and Tony.
It'll be quick though, because I don't think Joe can go for long durations anymore.
So the only
Tony and Stat too. Tony and Stat will be good.
Tony and Stat will be good. Joe and Paige will be good. I think the Bucks.
Hell, I even think Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher will be good.
I think the Bucks Jurassic Express will be better than what you think it's going to be.
They've wrestled a bazillion times though.
I think Fletcher and Briscoe will be good as much. Fletcher's just good. Briscoe's also actually really good.
It's his gimmick and his mannerisms and his promos.
His brother was also just so fucking good, dude, and it makes it. I miss them as a tag team. I really do.
I agree. Can you imagine if they were still a team? It would be them versus the Hurt Syndicate, dude.
Would have been insane. Absolutely fucking insane. But then again, if his brother would have not passed away, who's to say they'd have ever made it to AEW? They might have still got stuck in ROH, because I feel like the only reason Jay got on TV, not Jay, was because Jay passed away.
Yeah, maybe. Because TNT execs didn't want Jay on TV because of his past.
Right.
They may have eventually got over that.
But yeah, no, I think that the tag division would be so different right now. Could you imagine?
I agree.
We might have gotten, before it all went to shit, we might have gotten the Briscoes versus the Hardys.
Yeah, I could. I'll pass on that.
The Briscoes versus Cope and Christian.
Now, I would go for that. They're all still capable wrestlers who can actually walk upright. The Hardys, if you watch them walk, it's painful.
Yeah, it is. And I saw some highlights from that match with
the Dudleys.
Well, the match with them and the Dudleys, the highlights I saw weren't that bad. A lot of people were shitting on the end of it, and I actually thought it was pretty appropriate for being sports entertainers.
Where Bubba is selling like he knows he's going through the table.
Yeah.
Well, it's his retirement. It was them putting over the realization that they were done.
Right. And it didn't bother me. A lot of people online were like, "Oh, that was a shitty ending," and I'm like, "It makes sense."
I've seen it. It didn't bother me either.
But the highlights for the match before that, where the Hardys won I believe it was
the TNA and NXT tag champs championships.
They won another tag title. Was it the Hog?
Oh, you're right. They were three. They were. It was some weird promotion.
I think it was Hog. It was House of.
Yeah, it is Hog. It is Hog. It is Hog.
House of whatever they are. House of Graps.
Yeah.
I don't know what they actually are. It's the one where JD from New York is one of the commentators.
Yeah, it's Hog. That's what I know it as. I don't know what the abbreviation stands for.
So they won the Hog titles, and then they actually defended their titles on TNA during the NXT Showdown match. And it was the NXT Showdown match. I don't know who they were facing in the NXT Showdown match. But there was a part where one of the Hardys, I think, went to go do like a leg drop and completely missed a leg drop.
Probably Matt, right? Didn't Matt usually do the leg drop?
They both did, but it might have been Matt. But then the guy sold it like he actually got leg dropped, and then I was like, "What are we doing?"
Even though he totally missed him?
Yes. It was, oh, dude. I'll have to try and find it.
I mean, it's no hand grenade spot, so I guess it's okay.
Anyways, that's our picks. We'll see who. Maybe I'll come up. Maybe I'll eke a little bit closer. A little bit closer. I doubt it.
And you make it 4-3 instead of 4-2.
Yeah. But yeah,
we'll see.
That is it, guys. So with that being said, we will see you all next time. Love you, and yeah. Oh, our next episode probably won't even be till next week. So
yeah, it'll probably be at the earliest. We may sneak one in Monday sometime.
Right.
Before Raw.
So yeah, be ready. We love y'all. We'll talk to you next time. Deuces.
Later.